Next storm system is inbound and rain pretty much a certainty for the weekend. This is the system. It's going to drop to the southeast. So now the key is the timing. How much rain are we going to see? The tricky part here is you've got the main storm system, and what we're going to see is probably a couple of subtle disturbances rotating around the main low itself. Timing those out, that's going to be the tricky part. Right now, weather's quiet. You can see we've got some high clouds spilling in from the west. We expected that. All right, let's jump ahead to the weekend. So we're picking it up here on the graph model Saturday morning. Tomorrow's going to be dry and quiet. Now here's where we've started to get a bit more of a consensus. That would be an earlier arrival of rains on Saturdays. What you'll see is shows this line of showers and storms. That's mid-morning, 9 a.m. where we've got pretty good coverage, and then that band slowly moving eastward 1 o'clock. Now this wouldn't be so bad for at least football, maybe even the greater Baton Rouge State Fair as the day wears on. The graph model at least gives us a bit of a break during the afternoon and evening, because that's disturbance number 1 that brings the first round of rain. Here comes disturbance number 2, and we can, in the model guidance, we can kind of pinpoint at least 2 disturbances rotating around that primary low. But again, the timing's still a little bit tricky. So the graph model shows the next round moving in Saturday night into Sunday morning. It's a little bit of an outlier in how quickly it has rains exit on Sunday. We'll keep an eye on that trend. I'm not super confident in that just yet, as most of our other guidance keeps rains around a little bit longer on Sunday. New from the Storm Prediction Center today, they did also introduce a severe weather threat Saturday into Sunday morning. So near and west of Baton Rouge, a 1 out of 5 marginal risk, and then southwest Louisiana back into southeast Texas, a 2 out of 5 slight risk. I think primarily if we get some strong storms, maybe a lower threat with round 1. I think round 2 Saturday night into Sunday morning might pose the greater threat of a few strong storms. We'll keep an eye on that. Now, the Weather Prediction Center also highlighting the threat of at least some locally heavy rain. We're not talking a big major flood, but some isolated street flooding in the mix. So it's now a 2 out of 4 slight risk near and just west of Baton Rouge, a 1 out of 4 for most other areas Saturday and the Sunday morning, and then into the day on Sunday. That 1 out of 4 covers all of our viewing area. Updated rain amounts. Weather Prediction Center is going 1.5 to 3 inches of rain locally on average, and they've got some totals maybe approaching 4 inches in western and central Louisiana. So it does look like a good soak. How about that shot? Let me just step out for a second. Beautiful view. Sky 9 camera at LeBairs. A barge headed down the Mississippi with the tug, the sun going down, and a little bit hazy, almost a little bit of a brown tint. Now, you know, it's sugarcane burning season, the field's being burned, so you definitely see some smoke plumes out there in recent days. I suspect there's some lingering smoke in the atmosphere right now as well. 72 degrees at the airport in Baton Rouge. Gonzales checking in at 75. Good looking evening ahead. We'll start out in the mid-50s tomorrow, highs in the low 80s. Good rain chances over the weekend, not a complete washout. And then next week we get another front moving in. How about Thursday, the day before Halloween? A high of only 67. Liz?
Thanks so much, Steve. When we come back, our